Good evening and welcome to Ms. Gwenny Eats. Thank you for tuning in another Sunday. As always, I appreciate you all tuning in, and I feel like I say that every video. Hopefully, I'll have somebody that'll make me a nice intro, and it'll probably say that in some varying ways with music behind it. Anyway, this week I did sun-dried tomato and broccoli with a cheddar cheese sauce with asparagus and loaded mashed potatoes. For some reason, when I do cheese, I always do cheese on two items. I like cheese. The cheesecake that I will be debuting this week is a chocolate chip cheesecake with a chocolate chip cookie crust and chocolate drizzle. Hopefully, I like it. It took forever for this thing to be ready. That's why my video was so late. And my wine this week is a Bald Head Red, which is actually my favorite Dublin wine. So let's go. Okay, let me grab my fork. Let's get into these potatoes first. I didn't put a lot of cheese. I just kind of put the cheese on top because I wanted them to look pretty. Ooh, the potatoes are hot. Let's move over to this asparagus because those potatoes burn my lip and my tongue. Okay. I was worried about the asparagus. They look a little shriveled. But as you can tell, they are still pretty crunchy. So, and some of the cheese sauce is kind of like drizzled into the asparagus. And I don't put cheese on my asparagus, but I'll tell you that I didn't think that was half bad. Okay. Now, initially, I was supposed to stuff this. And I did a stuffed one, but I didn't like how it looked. It just looked, I don't know, it was weird. So I tried it again, put it on top, steamed the broccoli, added the sun-dried tomatoes, and the cheese sauce, and hopefully I will like it better. And the cheese sauce is a blend of Velveeta and cheddar cheese, kind of mixed up and, you know, melted. So, today was one of my first times using, I'll tell you what it's called, Montreal chicken seasoning. Oh, shoot. Yo, I added the Montreal chicken seasoning, and then I added some like garlic and a little bit of adobo, and woo, this tastes good together. So if you have some adobo without pepper and Montreal chicken seasoning and some garlic powder in your cabinet, try that on some chicken. I don't know. It just kind of mix in with the broccoli and the tomato and the And I don't know what it is about sun-dried tomato, but they will just seep in every flavor seasoning you got in there, and it is so good. That is good. I was a little worried about this because, I love sun-dried tomatoes, but I had never paired them with broccoli without it being in like an Alfredo sauce. Do my wine. This is literally my favorite Dublin wine, Bald Head Red. And my friend Bonette actually brought it to me when she came for dinner. And she didn't even know that this is my favorite one, but it is, and it is so, it pairs well with this too. It's just a light red muscadine wine, and pretty much everything Dublin is a muscadine. But they have varying ways of how mild it is and how strong. Pretty much the only Dublin wine I won't drink is Scuppernong. I won't drink Scuppernong or Scuppernong Blush. I don't like either one of those. It's just too, it's like you biting into the skin of a, biting into the skin of a muscadine. Just, ugh. It's weird. I don't like it. But all their other wines, I'm a fan. But the Bald Head Red, my favorite. But yeah, this chicken is pretty doggone good. I was worried. I really was worried. But my goddaughter and one of my best friends, their daughters, my goddaughter and one of my best friend's daughters came over for Sunday dinner. And they like literally smashed the whole plate, and I felt all special because one of them like super picky, and then she ate everything on her plate, and all I could think was, I got it. Yeah. So I knew if she liked it, I would like it because I like more stuff. Back to my wine. I'm going to try to refrain from drinking this whole bottle because it's good. Okay, back to these potatoes. These potatoes were hot. They burned my mouth. Mm. I mean, you can't go wrong with loaded potatoes. And when I make my potatoes, I put butter, like butter, not margarine, butter and Philadelphia cream cheese. You could use any kind of cream cheese if you're gonna do it for like uh macaroni and cheese or potatoes, mashed potatoes. You could use any kind, but I find that when I make my cheesecakes, I have to use Philadelphia because the other ones just don't get as creamy and don't blend as much as I would like them to. So because of that, I do not use anything aside from Philadelphia cream cheese for my cheesecakes. Hmm. I wish I would have had some green onions to put on here, but I forgot to buy some. And green onions with some sour cream on some loaded potatoes is so yummy. I was sitting here the other day thinking about how I had Taco Bell the other day, right? And I was thinking about how I used to get their taco and nacho supreme and it used to have green onions on there, and it just really gave it a pop. And then it was some kind of green onion listeria scare or something like that. All I know is Taco Bell hasn't put a green onion on their nacho whatever since then. And I'm like, gosh, that was like 10 years ago. Bring the green onions back. I mean, I know they make your breath stink and stuff, but get some mints or some mouthwash or something. But the green onions, a lot of times, green onions and chives really bring out potatoes. I just didn't have them this time. But I feel like they make the potato better. I just didn't have any this time. And now that it's cooled off, I can actually eat them, mix that down in there. Let me tell you, when I tell y'all I love potatoes, I love potatoes. Like I could have some kind of potato with every meal. Every meal. Like I don't know what it is. Potatoes are just yummy. I remember some years ago, a friend of mine telling me that when her family fell on hard times, that they would just eat all kinds of different potatoes. They would just have fries, and I guess her mom just learned how to make everything that had potato. And in my head, I was just like, that sounds pretty damn delicious. However, oh, I don't usually curry shot, excuse me, but that sounded pretty delicious to me. And all I could think to myself was, I know her mom makes every variation of potatoes, and I know at this stage they probably hate potatoes if that's all they had to eat. And but I love potatoes, so in my head I'm like, God, this just sounds yummy. But I guess if you got to eat them every day, you don't think it sounds as yummy. And I totally get it. Totally get it. Like one of the reasons I don't eat watermelon, one summer when I was living in South Carolina with my grandmother. Well, anyway, I was living in South Carolina and I was staying at my grandmother's house. And she had bought like one watermelon at the beginning of the season. And at the end of the season, like after all of us took some of the watermelon seeds and just planted them. And let me tell you something. Right now, take a watermelon, go in your backyard, dig up the dirt real good, throw the watermelon seeds in there, and wait. By beginning of the summer, you will have some watermelon. I am not joking. Like I had so much watermelon that summer that the smell of it just nauseates me. I just can't stand watermelon anymore. But that's my story on how I ate something so much and now I don't eat it. Watermelon. And squash. My grandma used to just make me eat squash and it was stewed and gross and ugh. And bleh. I just know I do not eat squash now unless it's fried. I don't like it in a casserole. I do not like it stewed with onions. I don't care how your grandma make it, or your cousin, or your sister, or your, I don't care. It's gross. Now, if you throw some breading on it and fry it, that I will smash to the ground. And zucchini. Aside from that, I won't eat either one of those. Not grilled, not just, has to be breaded. But surprisingly, asparagus, I like this the first time I ever tasted it, even though it has awful side effects. Mm. If you've never tried asparagus before and you don't know the effects of it, do not have asparagus on a romantic date where you plan on having fun afterwards. Just don't. Because you do not want to find out that it has an adverse effect, and then you ate some and then you trying to be romantic. Just that don't mix. Oh my gosh. But it tastes so good. It's just not. Mm-mm. Do that on a Tuesday night when you're about to go to sleep afterwards or something. But not on no, not on a romantic night, especially if you don't know whether or how it affects you. I wouldn't suggest it. And my chicken breast is actually pretty tender. I did it like Hasselbeck style, where you do the slices in it. And then I cooked it in my cast iron skillet that has the ridges on the inside, like grill plate type thing. I cooked it in that. And then I flipped it a few times. Then when I took it off, that's when I added the broccoli and cheese, which the broccoli I used the rice cooker also has a steamer, so I did that. Then I added sun-dried tomatoes and then poured the excess juice over it. Came out really good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the teeth and the fork. That's awful. That's one of those sounds that'll make somebody turn this whole video off and not watch the rest just because my fork hit my teeth. My bad. Mm. Hmm. I'm gonna have to try this again and stuff it. Now, it was an entire battle because I didn't know whether or not I wanted to do sun-dried tomatoes and spinach or sun-dried tomatoes and broccoli. And for me, I like broccoli with cheddar, but I don't like it with mozzarella. Just two flavors that don't mix well with me. However, I like spinach with mozzarella, but not with cheddar. Just That's just how I am. That's how I do. If somebody has a recipe that can make me change my mind, have at it. I'm open. I rarely have people give me suggestions aside from the hash brown casserole. And I'm sorry, that video, that whole, it was just a bust. But I'm going to try it again. So please bear with me. But yeah, please bear with me. This weekend, this video was so late. Like, I just had I can't say a slow. It's like I was just busy Saturday. Friday night, I was supposed to start baking my cheesecake. And I didn't start baking anything on Friday night. I just had drinks with friends. And then next thing you know, I was just asleep. And I woke up 4:40 in the morning. I knew I had to get up at 5:30. Oh, excuse me. So I just went ahead and got up at 4:40. And I just stayed up, played on my phone, and at 5:30, I hopped in the shower, got dressed, ran over to the Food Lion, got the rest of the stuff I needed, and just started baking. So I was baking. I was trying to get there on time. I still didn't get there on time. I made a total of 36 cheesecake cupcakes. I ate 2 of them. Well, okay. One of them I ate it because I accidentally put chocolate sauce on the golden Oreo And I don't usually put chocolate sauce on a golden Oreo. That one has caramel on it. And because of that, I went ahead and said this is the universe saying go ahead and eat that. So I ate it. And then when I was out there waiting and people were coming to buy cheesecake cupcakes, one of them, they were on ice initially, and I felt like this one had a little too much water that got in the saran wrap, so I ate that one too. And come to find out, it wasn't too much water in the saran wrap, and it was actually pretty yummy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I saw people I hadn't seen in a long time from high school. And I'm like, I know her. Where do I know her from? Oh, that's where I know her from. Okay, now her name reminds me of something. Oh, that's what her name reminds me of. And my friend Michelle McCollum, all of the up at 4:40 and out the house at 6 o'clock to bake cheesecakes. That was for her book signing. She has a book called Always Beautiful. I'm pretty sure you could get it on Amazon Kindle, and you could buy the paperback on Amazon too. And all I know is it's a really awesome book. I have the digital copy. It's my I'm planning to get the paper copy for my honorary grandkids that I love so much, Bailey and AJ, and read it to them. And pretty much the book is about self-esteem and feelings and stuff like that for kids. And I thought it was a pretty awesome book when I read it. It was very sweet, but the name of it is called Always Beautiful by Michelle McCollum. And that was the reason for me getting up 4 o'clock in the morning and making sure I had those cheesecake cupcakes done. So I was out there supporting her. Mm. Ooh, me and my potatoes. And as always, strawberry shortcake. I used to have two strawberry shortcake tank tops. One of them, I have no clue where that thing is, but this one is the other one that says Sweet Dreams. I'm not sure if it's meant to be a nightshirt or not, but I like it. It's cute, and I'll probably find one that's has sleeves on it. That strawberry, that with the same kind of design, because I think it's cute. And I've had this one for a long time. This is another one that I had since I was skinny. And I had to pair it with this nice jean vest because it cuts kind of in, from when my back wasn't as wide as a couple of friends like to point out, Buffy and Goob. Never forgive y'all for pointing out that my back is getting wide, and I had to look, and it really is getting wide. But let me tell y'all something. I'm 42, and this is how my back is gonna look. And if I ever find a mate, he better like my fat back, wide back, however y'all say it. But he better be all right with it. I'll try not to gain too much weight, but I can't tell you I plan on losing, more than what I am now. Ooh, this is a crunchy. I swear I thought this was shriveled up, and it looks shriveled up to me, but the crunch is there. And I got my chicken breast from Walmart. I got my potatoes. I used russet this time. I used red potatoes as well. But I'm grown now, so I do not take the skin off my potatoes. I just wash them really good to get all the dirt off. Because potatoes grow in the ground. And I wash them really good to get the dirt off. And then I just boil the whole potato, mash it, add my stuff, and eat. And it's more convenient. The red ones, you don't have to really, I don't cut up my potatoes all the time. If I'm trying to get them to cook fast, and I'll cut them up. If not, throw the whole potato in the pot, boil it with some garlic powder and some salt so it'll get in there. Yep. That's what I do. And then mash it. And I mash it with a whisk. I'll take a whisk and mash the potatoes, and they come out really good, and I might like finish them off with a fork. Mm. This might be one of my longest videos. This chicken is really good. I mean, my video was long and I've been talking, but I like everything on this plate. This is the first time I have enjoyed everything on my plate, which means I'm probably going to hate the cheesecake. Please don't let me hate the cheesecake. So far, we are 3 for 4. The first time putting the broccoli and the sun-dried tomatoes on chicken breast, and I like it. Asparagus is good, of course. Loaded baked potatoes, you can't really jack those up unless they're not done. Okay, I'm gonna take this last bite, a sip of wine, and we're gonna go over to this chocolate chip cookie, chocolate chip cook cheesecake, whatever it is. Now, I don't have a picture of the full cheesecake because that thing cracked. And when I tell you it cracked, I was taking it out of the pan and it just cracked on the side. So when I cut it, that's why I cut it, right on the crack. I swear this combination of seasonings is so good. I'm gonna savor these last bites. It's so good. Okay. Go back to my favorite wine, Bald Head Red. Whew. That's good. Okay. Now, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do a video one day where I sit here and I just eat everything. When I was young, I could have ate this whole plate in this 22 minutes. But now, as I get older, it's like I gain weight and eat less. Like that's not fair. But anyway, let me go ahead and clean my fork off. Y'all know how I do. Put my plate to the side. Clean my fork off. Make sure I got that really good, because I'm pretty sure the taste of broccoli and cheese will probably taint my cheesecake. Put that over there. Move my wine out the way. Okay, here's the cheesecake. There you go. It has a chocolate drizzle, the cookie crust, and it has chocolate chips in it too. And like I said, it took forever for this thing to set. It's like the middle was just, it refused. The middle refused to set. It just was like, no. Okay, get some of the chocolate sauce on there. Y'all wish me luck, because I swear I liked everything else and I had no complaints. So I'm hoping that this is good too. That's good. I believe we are 4 for 4 for the first time in all my videos. This cheesecake is good. It's creamy. At first when I first put it, it looked like pudding in the middle, because if you don't let cheesecake set, it just real soft in the middle. And this is good. I was afraid I was gonna overcook the cookie part, because cookies, if you put a cookie in the oven for more than like 8 minutes, that thing is hard. But I guess with the cheesecake on top, it retained the moisture. I don't know, it was good. I'm gonna have to take a picture of just a slice with the drizzle on it, so y'all can see, since I cracked the cheesecake and it just wasn't pretty. I told my friend's daughter, who does my hair, name is Tanya. I told her daughter Isis that in the video I was going to do this the whole video, because my hair is all 2 strand twist. So if you notice an excess of head tossing, that's why. That's good. Woo. I actually cut a thin slice of this too, because I was scared it wasn't going to be good. But it's pretty daggone good and creamy. I'll say one more bite since my video went over into 25 minutes. Well, 24 minutes and 40 something seconds, ain't counting. Okay, so my fork down. As always, I want to tell you all that I appreciate everyone that likes, shares, and subscribes to my video. Um, this is something that I do as a hobby. I don't make any money because I don't have enough people that subscribe. So if you know anybody that likes to see my kind of videos, have them subscribe. I'm trying to do this because, I actually make time every Sunday. And last Sunday I was having some technical issues and I was actually done at like 6 o'clock and I couldn't upload my video. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, this week is just late. It's late because I've been entertaining like literally all day. So, again, thank you again for tuning in to Ms. Gwenny Eats. As always, like, share, and subscribe.